You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
Coming up, the latest developments in the case of a missing Saudi Arabian journalist last seen at a Turkish consulate over 2 weeks ago.
Plus, we'll give you an update on the search for a Sarasota man suspected of killing another man in Naples.
And big payday, you still have a chance to win a potentially record-breaking lottery jackpot. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now, and after the show, we're going to carpool and go buy some tickets.
I'm really excited about it. Hope we're lucky today.
Yeah, I haven't bought tickets in 20, 30 years probably. You buy tickets once in a while?
I mean, once in a while when the jackpot is large, but not typically.
You know who's big on lottery tickets? John Scalzi. You've bought your share of tickets along the way, haven't you?
For Christmases and things, I sometimes will throw them in stocking stuffers. Absolutely. Yeah, it's kind of a fun thing to do. So we're looking at some quiet conditions across the state. Not a whole lot going on here. A few clouds out in the Gulf, but other than that, plenty of sunshine to start off your day. We'll look for a Titan radar to produce maybe a few scattered showers around later this afternoon, but not much. It'll be hard to find a rain shower with only a 10% chance later on today. Warm though, daytime highs coming in around 90. Back to you.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Let's check first alert traffic right now. We begin with an issue there on 53rd Avenue, an accident at 9th Street. Be aware of that. You can see some congestion around that area in both directions already. Also a little blip there eastbound around Lockwood Ridge, also on State Road 70. Farther south, some action now developing on Clark Road, westbound around Beneva. You'll see a little blip there, 41 northbound as you approach Stickney Point Road. South County all clear right now at 6:01 in your Wednesday morning. New developments on that missing U.S.-based journalist. Reports are now surfacing that connect the Saudi royal family and the disappearance of this Washington Post columnist.
ABC's Molly Hunter is in Istanbul tracking the developments overnight.
This morning, new details on the alleged hit squad accused in the disappearance of writer Jamal Khashoggi. The Washington Post obtained passport scans from Turkish officials, and the New York Times reports at least 3 of the suspects served as part of the Crown Prince's security team. One of those has been pictured traveling with the Crown Prince. But President Trump warned against rushing to conclusions.
And it depends whether or not the king or the Crown Prince knew about it, in my opinion. Number one, what happened, but whether or not they knew about it. If they knew about it, that would be bad.
He repeated multiple times that the king and Crown Prince personally denied any knowledge of the attack. And Secretary of State Mike Pompeo left Riyadh this morning after meeting with King Salman and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman.
In each of those meetings, I stressed the importance of them conducting a complete investigation of the disappearance of Jamal Khashoggi. And they made a commitment. They said they would do that.
All smiles, Secretary Pompeo thanked the Saudis for a thorough and timely investigation. But it's been 2 weeks and critics don't agree. According to reports in the Times and the Post, anonymous Turkish officials say they have audio and video proof that Khashoggi was killed inside the consulate. And according to the AP, anonymous Turkish officials say the forensics team also found, quote, certain evidence Khashoggi was killed there. A source now tells ABC News that the Saudis may be ready to admit responsibility for Khashoggi's death, reportedly as part of an interrogation gone wrong. Now, after yesterday, no one should have any doubt how important that U.S. relationship is to the Saudis or the lengths that President Trump will go to protect it. President Trump told the AP that this is another case of guilty until proven innocent, comparing this to the allegations against Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. Molly Hunter, ABC News, Istanbul.
President Trump is lashing out at adult film star Stormy Daniels and her attorney, Michael Avenatti. Trump vowed on Twitter to go after the pair, who he referred to as, quote, horseface and her third-rate lawyer. The tweet comes a day after a federal judge in California handed Trump a victory in his ongoing legal battles with Daniels. Avenatti says he plans to continue fighting for Daniels, and he wants the whole world to see what he thinks President Trump is really like. For the latest out of Washington, plus breaking news and your up-to-the-minute First Alert forecast, head over to our new app. You can find it in the App Store under WWSB or My Suncoast.
Right now, the search continues for a Sarasota County man wanted for murder in Collier County, which is Naples. Deputies say 31-year-old Daniel Davenport is on the run after they say he killed 55-year-old Sergio Hostins. Sarasota County Sheriff deputies tell us Davenport was seen in Orlando on Monday. In fact, this is surveillance video, or a picture rather, captured of him. They also say he was driving the victim's car right there as well.
We certainly need help from the public in this case because he's moving around, he's in different vehicles, he's in different locations, using different cellular phones and things like that. So we need as much help as we can to really corner him, find out where he is, and get him behind bars for public safety.
Deputies think Davenport killed him because they found evidence linking him to the Naples home where the body was found. Deputies added that Davenport was an associate of Hostin's, but would not exactly say how they knew each other.
Agencies across Florida are warning residents impacted by Hurricane Michael to be on the lookout for potential home repair scams. Contractors working in Florida are required to be registered with the State Department of Business and Professional Regulation, but unlicensed contractors and scam artists often try to take advantage of consumers following a disaster. Most crooked contractors have little to no insurance and will ask for payment up front and pressure homeowners into quickly signing a contract on the spot.
All too often what happens, people will say, oh, this is a cheaper alternative, but that alternative often comes at a risk. If you're not licensed, you can't go after them.
Consumers should always read any paperwork they're signing before repairs begin, and potential fraud can be reported by calling the state's anti-fraud hotline, the number on your screen. To check out the license of any contractor, you can visit myfloridalicense.com.
And developing overnight, the Mega Millions prize was already big, and now it's going to hit a record. Nobody won last night's jackpot, which means the Mega Millions drawing will be worth at least $868 million on Friday, the game's largest jackpot ever. If somebody wins that jackpot, it would mark the second largest lottery grand prize in U.S. history. Mega Millions is not the only big jackpot this week. Tonight's Powerball jackpot is worth $345 million, but as they used to say in the Florida Lottery, you got to play first.
I wonder what the odds are of winning one of these jackpots.
The same as getting hit by lightning, probably.
Well, I'll take my chance, I guess. What about you, taking your chance?
Yeah, 6:06 right now, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast. We'll show you how companies like Budweiser are helping storm victims, all with the help of a can.
And coming up at 6:30, we'll give you an update on what local groups are doing in the Panhandle to help those impacted by the storm.
It is 6:07 right now on this Wednesday morning. Pretty shot there outside of our studios, looking south at downtown Sarasota. Could be a good day for the beach. What's the status, John?
Yeah, not too bad, actually. It'll be a warm one, so at the beach might be the place to be. We'll look for a daytime high temperature, the top side in the upper 80s. UV index a little lower now, coming in at an 8. But here's the good news. The red tide status report from Moat Marine shows all area beaches not reporting any irritant in the air from red tide. That's fantastic. Of course, an update will be coming up today as far as the midweek forecast, plus Moat Marine spotters will issue their report around 10, 11 o'clock this morning. We'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in a few.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at CaliforniaClosets.com.
Chris Domine is a husband, father, an athlete, even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris's kidneys were failing.
The doctor said if you don't do dialysis, if you don't get a kidney transplant, you are going to die.
Then Chris received a second chance, made possible by an organ donor.
Your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Outback is an IIHS top safety pick for 10 years running. Lease a new Subaru Outback today for just $249 a month, or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
I'm a Florida voter. I want to make sure my voice is heard.
Here in Florida,
we have 3 ways to vote.
Vote by mail.
Early voting.
And voting at the polls on Election Day.
Make sure your voice is heard.
I'm Secretary of State Ken Detzner. Get ready, get set, vote.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
The ABC7 First Alert weather app just got even better. It's easy to use once you download it. First, tell the app to follow you, so you get alerts pinpointed to exactly where you are. Then customize your settings with all the places you go, from the beach to grandmother's house. Get accurate alerts for everyone you care about. You can even pick which weather alerts and categories you want and what they sound like. More ways to customize and more ways to keep your family safe. Download the ABC7 First Alert weather app today.
Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
A 75-degree air temperature, a dew point value of 74, giving us high relative humidity out there. As you head out the door, you will notice it. It is kind of humid and thick out there this morning. Our air temperature will continue to rise under the influence of plenty of sunshine this morning. No real large-scale cloud issues as we head to about a 10% chance of an afternoon shower today. Not much. Not much. Certainly not much cooling rain anywhere in the state of Florida this afternoon. None right now. It's dry as a bone out there. As we head into the afternoon, might pick up a few showers, especially in the southern tip, but that really will be about it. We've had some heavy rainfall back in Texas over the last 24 hours. That's kind of quieting down now as this frontal boundary, which has been stalled out, is kind of on the move today, sinking southward through our area. It's going to provide a chance at a rain shower or two as we head into the next 24 hours in northern parts of the state. But then it'll stall and wash out and not provide us much in the way of a rain chance as we head into the weekend. Maybe Friday a little rain chance, but not much. And it won't really lower our temperatures all that much because it stalls out and the winds quickly shift back to the east and we get warm weather. I'd say maybe a 2-degree drop in our air temperature. So we'll be in the upper 80s instead of near 90 on Friday and Saturday. But then a secondary cold front will come our way. That will lower our temperatures back to seasonable values as we head into the beginning of next work week. Warm again today, mostly dry conditions, and then a little bit cooler over the weekend. So we look at all of this dry air across the state of Florida, indicated here by the tan colorizations. Water vapor is great imagery from our satellites in space to show you where the swirls and motions are in the atmosphere, where the dry air is, where it isn't. The moisture is located well back to the western parts of the Gulf waters where there was a little disturbance that had a potential for a time yesterday of developing into a depression but never really did. And the dry air is really all over the Caribbean, the Gulf waters, the near Atlantic. So if you're taking a cruise over the next 4 or 5 days, looks pretty good. I don't see any issues whatsoever with a cruise to the Caribbean or anywhere in the tropics, really. So we're looking at some pretty quiet conditions here on our futurecast to start off the day as we head into the afternoon. Maybe a few showers develop along our sea breeze front down to the south, particularly. Maybe Charlotte Harbor sees a shower, and most of us will not. We stay dry for the most part over the next several days. We're still in hurricane season, so we're still looking at the tropics each and every day, and we don't have much to talk about here. In the Atlantic, things look pretty quiet, and so too in the near tropics. The Caribbean, Gulf waters, and the near Atlantic all look fine. We have a north wind today developing as the sea breeze begins to build, becoming northwest in the early evening hours, switching back to the east overnight, light chop on your bay and inland waters. And the forecast calls for about a 10% chance of showers today. That's it. We'll look for another little chance on Friday and Saturday. Another front comes through on Sunday, pretty dry, but does lower our temperatures a few degrees. And then as we head into Tuesday, a little low pressure area brings a chance of rain. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Looks like a beautiful week ahead. Taking a look now at your first alert traffic at 6:14 on this Wednesday morning. The accident in Oneiko seems to be cleared up. However, you can see on State Road 70 there is still some congestion left over from that accident. And as you head northbound in that area as well, there is some delays. So we head south into Sarasota County for the most part. Things are looking clear. There's a little bit of a congestion on Clark Road, but other than that, you have a smooth commute in northern Sarasota County. The same picture here in southern Sarasota County. Things are running smoothly at 6:15 on this Wednesday morning. We've told you about local groups coming together to help Hurricane Michael victims, but now the King of Beers is taking us inside their operation, putting the beer on ice to send water by the truckloads to storm victims.
Yeah, Budweiser's putting water there. ABC's David Muir has the story.
It's been less than a week since Hurricane Michael hit, ravaging entire communities. And we remember what they told us right away.
The sooner you can get people out of the desolate conditions, the better off that you are.
So you're literally going to go door to door?
Right.
Door to door, first looking for anyone still in need. And now it's all about the supplies. This Panama City police officer packing food and water. In Callaway, Florida, Leslie Sargent and her dog there in the basket, collecting a meal at a distribution point. And at the Lewis Bear Company in Ebro, Florida.
Hi, David. This is Tom.
Tom Van Berkom and his team getting ready to hand out safe drinking water in what looks like a bud can.
Loading up some water for some of the relief effort out there in Panama City, Mexico Beach.
Those cans of water from Fort Collins, Colorado, where a team from Anheuser-Busch has turned their beer line into a water line. Team leader, Dara Dye.
We're going to make drinking water where we're capable of doing so.
Steve Miller's been there 29 years, grabbing one of those cans of water off the line.
This is absolutely one of the proudest moments that I've had at this brewery.
Sending 300,000 cans to Florida and Georgia for Hurricane Michael relief. They were there after Hurricane Florence, too. And back at that plant in Colorado, they are proud to be helping so many families in need.
That was David Muir reporting, and we have one of those cans that they were just talking about here on our set this morning. What a creative way to give back.
I'm just reading, they've given away 76 million cans of clean drinking water since 1988. You don't associate Budweiser with water, but way to go. Local distributor John Saputo, very involved as well. All good. 6:17 right now.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, we'll tell you about new numbers out from the CDC on an illness in children showing polio-like symptoms as authorities are calling a recent spike in cases concerning.
And at 6:30, we'll hear from the owner of a house that made it through the hurricane and why they say it's the design that saved the house. That story's coming up. But first, love this shot of your U.S. Capitol. Dark up there right now. We'll have more news on the way on Good Morning Suncoast.
Your last chance for 2018 Honda Accords on sale is now during our model year-end sale. Drive new Accords for just $249 a month. Get an Accord, the North American car of the year, for less than the competition. With more standard features than Camry, Honda Sensing, multi-angle camera, turbocharged engine, and more. New Accords, just $249 a month. Your last chance for Accords, all on sale this week at your local Honda dealer.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework.
He hates homework.
It makes no sense.
I don't know how he finds anything in his backpack.
I can't find my backpack.
I couldn't even read his handwriting.
Holding the pencil makes my hand hurt.
I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's just
trying
gotta
as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
The skills you develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment that will give you a leg up in the civilian world. Learn critical leadership skills and to be part of a team. Serve your community and your country part-time while earning money for an education. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you in the Army National Guard.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. The good news is there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. I survived my cancer, but you can stop cancer before it starts. Talk to your doctor and go to thinkaboutthelink.org to learn more.
Thank you.
What are you doing? You are the best protection she has. Buddy up. I'm Jill Harrington. Please visit HelpSaveTheNextGirl.com and get involved.
ABC 7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station.
Welcome back. The CDC is out with new numbers on the illness with polio-like symptoms affecting children across the country, calling the recent spike in cases a cause for concern.
ABC's Eva Pilgrim has our story.
In this morning's GMA First Look, so many unanswered questions as concern grows over the spread of a baffling illness paralyzing children. 4-year-old Camden Carr from Virginia has been in the hospital for weeks. His parents say it started as a sinus infection, but quickly escalated, leaving him barely able to speak or move.
I can't tell you how he feels and how he's hurting or anything, so it's heartbreaking.
After spikes in 2014 and 2016, the CDC says we could be seeing a similar outbreak. This illness affects less than 1 in a million, but it's serious, so the CDC is urging parents to look for any sudden weakness in the arms or legs. And coming up at 7 a.m., what parents can do. With your GMA First Look, I'm Eva Pilgrim, ABC News, New York.
Nobody gets your carpet, tile, or hardwood as clean and healthy as Stanley Steamer.
Call or go online for our $99 special.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer is your home cleaner.
We all want white teeth. You know, doc, how can I get whiter, brighter teeth? And the dentist really has to say, let's take a step back and talk about protecting your enamel. It's important to look after your enamel because it's the foundation for white teeth. I believe dentists will recommend Pronamel Strong and Bright because it's twofold. It strengthens your enamel, but then also it polishes away stains for whiter teeth. So it's really something that's a win-win for both the patient and the dentist.
If you come to Burlington just to buy a coat, here's what you're missing.
Great fitting jeans.
Tons of boots.
My favorite brands.
So much for the home.
Makeup. The latest fashion.
All the great brands at a fraction of the cost. Hello, Burlington. Bye Bye Coat Factory.
Hi, I'm Alan. This is Bob from Publix Apron's Cooking School. Bobby, what do you have for us today?
We're going to do an herb pesto baked salmon with a quinoa kale salad on the side.
Sounds good to me.
It's all healthy stuff, man. You know me, I like my healthy stuff. That's right. All right, salmon, This is a nice fish to do this with. You could do it with a white fish and things, but salmon, very strong, and this will go very nice with it. In here, we have pesto. You can make your own. We show you how to do that in the cooking school, or you could buy some, whatever you want to do, and you add some Dijon mustard to it. Not yellow mustard. Yellow mustard is for hot dogs
and bologna
sandwiches. That's what you use that for. So we have that right here. We're gonna take a little bit of salt and pepper on our salmon. This is just gonna be baked, everyone. You don't wanna grill it with this on there because it'll all fall off. And we'll take a little bit of our nice Dijon mustard, a little basil pesto here, and you pop this in the oven.
Okay.
And you cook it till, and we always say this joking around in the school, but till it's done. I don't know how thick your fish is. I don't know what your oven's on. If you have it on 350, about this thick, 10, 12 minutes, all right? So you bake that. While that's baking, we have some nice baby kale here.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, baby kale. We're gonna take some quinoa that I had cooked, all right? Quinoa, very healthy stuff. My wife loves this stuff. I tried it once, it's really good. All right, little bit of that, a little bit of Caesar dressing to make it, you know. Sure. If you wanna make this real healthy, put a nice vinaigrette on it. We'll take a little Caesar dressing. And all you do is take a little bit of lime juice, put this in here with this. I don't know if it goes in, I'm just making it up as I go. Just like that, everybody. Beautiful. Mix it around, you eat it.
Good looking plate, Bobby, thank you. Starting tomorrow, be sure to stop by your Publix Apron Simple Meals kiosk, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients for this wonderful, delicious dish. Beautiful, Bobby, thank you.
You got it.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Blue 32! Blue 32! Hut hut! It's the Ghetto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Gatto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Gatto location near you or visit Gatto.com.
Gatto's got it.
When ABC7 declares a First Alert Weather Day, it means we can expect major changes to weather conditions here along the Suncoast.
It means there could be severe, potentially dangerous weather ahead.
We tell you when a First Alert Weather Day is coming because we want you to be prepared.
A First Alert Weather Day is an advance warning. We'll let you know about any changes in the weather when the first signs appear.
ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
WWSB ABC7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online, visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now. Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. Brought to you by Batteries Plus, the Florida Lottery, and Sarasota Glass and Mirror. ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
Coming up, the death toll from Hurricane Michael continues to rise. We'll have an update on how local crews are doing up north with storm recovery efforts.
Plus, we'll hear from the owner of a house that made it through the hurricane and why he says it's the design that saved his home.
And we'll take a closer look at what local businesses are doing to bring in more customers. Those stories, plus your first alert forecast coming up this half hour on Good Morning Suncoast. Good morning, I'm Jess Dowdrick at 6:30 on this Wednesday morning.
Glad you're with us. I'm Ray Collins. John Scalzi's here as well. And John, is summer-like conditions continuing here in the Suncoast?
Yeah, we're running well above average again today, it looks like. With plenty of sunshine around, our temperatures are boosted to near the 90-degree mark once again. Normally, we'd find ourselves at about 85, but not the case today. Humidity is also kind of high in the mid-70s with dew point values, so it'll feel kind of sticky as you walk out the door. Not much in the way of cloud cover, though, and there's not much in the way of rain showers currently. And that'll kind of translate into the afternoon as well, with only a 10% chance of an afternoon sprinkle. And most of us won't see even that, obviously. A 90% chance of not seeing rain. A daytime high tops out around 90 as well. Complete forecast in a second.
All right, talk to you soon. First alert traffic time. Let's check the map. Some buildup on 301 on either side of State Road 70. The northbound lane, also some congestion there on 15th Street East northbound. Plenty of traffic there for some reason. Farther south, here's the scene now in northern Sarasota County. Bee Ridge Road westbound from, say, Tuttle on in toward 41. Clark Road eastbound from Lockwood Ridge toward Beneva. And then our final map of the south, not much in the red right now. Little blip there as you get off 75 of the 681 connector. It is 6:31 right now on your Wednesday morning. Local rescue crews are north of the Panhandle helping with Hurricane Michael recovery efforts.
There's still plenty of work to do, and the process is just getting started. Marla Spence joins us live in the newsroom with the latest. Marla.
Hey, Jess and Ray, as you can imagine, still so many people without water and food, and also hundreds who've lost basically everything during Hurricane Michael. Now, local crews are helping those victims get their feet back on the ground for almost a week now, and they say they plan to do so for as long as necessary. Now, take a look. These are photos of local crews working to help those victims. They're from the Suncoast, responded to those devastated to Hurricane Michael. Now, as of this week, 2 teams with Sarasota County were still in the Panhandle. Those teams made up of fire engines and also strike teams to help with 911 calls and rescues. Also, Manatee County's emergency management chief and an emergency response teams up there assisting and doing the same thing as Sarasota County, but in Bay and Gulf County. Now, we're told rotation for crews is usually 7 days, which means they should be headed back to the Suncoast today since being deployed last Wednesday. But Sarasota County's fire department chief says there is still so much to be done, and he says crews are prepared to continue their missions up north. Jess and Ray.
Thank you, Marla. Happening today, Governor Rick Scott is sending 3 Florida licensing on wheels vehicles to Bay County. The Flowmobiles will provide driver's license and other motor vehicle services to families impacted by Michael. Flowmobiles were deployed earlier this week to Franklin and Liberty counties, and one will also be deployed to Gulf County. People will be able to renew, replace, or obtain a Florida driver's license or ID card. They can also renew a vehicle registration or get a handicap parking permit.
Look at this now. The owners of a house that made it through Hurricane Michael says the design saved their home. It's a 3-story vacation rental on Mexico Beach. It rose to prominence after the storm, after it was shown on the stilts, still standing tall. The owners say the house was built with hurricanes in mind to withstand winds of over 200 miles an hour.
When it came time to make a decision about what level of material or what to use, we didn't pay attention to code. We went above and beyond code, and we asked the question, what would survive the big one? And we consistently tried to build it for that.
There were some issues, though. The stairs up to the second floor are gone, as well as the windows in one of the bedrooms. Don't forget to download our free weather app. You can check out the website also, mysuncoast.com, where under the weather tab, you can find a link to our 1-hour hurricane special and also our printable hurricane guide.
Happening today, Florida Senate candidate Bill Nelson and former Governor Charlie Crist will be in St. Petersburg for a roundtable on red tide. The roundtable will also feature local scientists, business owners, and fishing industry representatives to discuss protecting our Gulf and our economy from environmental threats. It'll start this morning at 10 a.m. at the Pinellas Suncoast Transit Authority headquarters and is open to the public. Many businesses are still dealing with red tide's financial impact, so they're looking to locals to stay afloat. We spoke with the owner of one business which opened just weeks before the red tide bloom reached Manatee County. She says the bar had a 90% drop in daytime sales after the bloom hit and says many neighboring businesses depend on local customers to continue operation.
The cooks could have more hours on the schedule and employees could be making more tips.
Manatee County officials are still trying to get more customers to visit Anna Maria Island, so restaurants are offering additional specials throughout the month. For details on those deals, plus all of our red tide coverage, including answers to your most asked questions, go online to mysuncoast.com and click on Red Tide.
Right now, Punta Gorda police looking for a man wanted for burglarizing a house and a car. Police say this man, 26-year-old Gavin Jackson, is likely traveling on bike or walking. If you know his whereabouts perchance, call Crime Stoppers or the Punta Gorda Police Department. And happening this morning, this is a live shot outside of the Sarasota Police Department. They'll be taking Twitter followers on a virtual ride-along this morning. Now they'll host their regular Tweet from the Beat event starting at 7:30 a.m. To join the virtual ride-along, go down to Twitter and look for the police department's handle on the social media site.
Looking ahead, we're learning more about when a local taping of Antique Roadshow will make it to air. The PBS show hosted an event at the Ringling Museum in Sarasota back in April, and now they say 3 episodes from that taping will air in their upcoming 23rd season. Suncoast residents were able to bring their items to the event and have them appraised by the experts. Episodes featuring the event will air in January and February. Antiques Roadshow airs Mondays at 8 o'clock on PBS.
Have you ever watched that show?
I've never watched it, have you?
No, I don't understand one thing about antiques. You bring something really valuable, let's say, and the guy will say, no, that's worth nothing. I'll give you $10 for it. Then he goes, it's worth $1,000.
Yeah, I would never know what
something
was worth. Yeah,
it all seems very subjective to me. 6:36 right now, still ahead of Good Morning Suncoast. We'll tell you why the CDC is suggesting getting a flu shot during pregnancy could help cut down on a woman's risk of being hospitalized. And Charlize Theron is speaking out about the Me Too movement. We'll tell you why she says there's still plenty of work to be done in Hollywood. 6:37 right now. Look outside our studios at a well-lit downtown skyline. Let's get the forecast now from John Scalzi.
Yeah, quiet conditions on the Suncoast, that's for sure. Haven't checked any of the inclement weather boxes for your drive time forecast because don't really see any need to. We're looking at a quiet condition on the way to work and a quiet condition on the way home from work. Mostly sunny skies, warm, but pretty much rain-free across the area. And all airport hubs serving Sarasota International running on time, according to the FAA. We'll be right back with your forecast.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. Our goal is a world without blood cancers, and we're lighting the path to cures. The discoveries made in blood cancer research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help defeat the darkness of cancer. Join Light the Night today.
Excuse me a minute. Hi, Dad. No, don't try to get up.
Hi, I'm Julie, a right-at-home caregiver. And if I'd been caring for Tom's dad, I would have noticed some dizziness that could lead to balance issues. That's because I'm trained to report any changes in behavior, no matter how small, so Tom could have peace of mind.
We'll be right there. We have to go.
Hey, Tom, you should try Right at Home. They're great for us.
The right care, right at home.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
As smart as our pets might be, they can't advocate for themselves. That's why it's important you make your pet part of your family's disaster preparedness plan. Talk to your veterinarian and visit banfieldfoundation.org/disaster. Don't save it for a rainy day.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
75-degree air temperature. We have a dew point value of 74. It's kind of steamy outside right now. East-southeast wind continues to blow, and that brings us that humidity from the other coast. But that's at the surface. Aloft, the air is very dry, so consequently plenty of sunshine as we head through the day. And not much of a rain chance either. That'll boost our temperature up to about 90 degrees without much in the way of any cooling rains around. Our radar pretty quiet right now. We're looking at a few showers left over out in Gulf waters and down around the Florida Keys. There may be a few showers there as well, but otherwise you got to go pretty far away to find rainfall. There's a frontal boundary that's been kind of stalled out across the deep south, meandering through the deep south back into Texas where there's been some heavy rainfall. But the little area of low pressure has kind of moved along that frontal boundary, and today that front will be on the move. As it moves, the rain chances in Texas diminish somewhat today, and we'll look for better rain chances over the course of the next 48 hours in parts of North Florida. There'll be some scattered showers around there. But this frontal boundary is going to run out of steam before bringing us any cooler air. Maybe a degree or two lower by the time we get to Friday, but still well above average. And not much in the way of a rain chance either. The rain chance on Friday may be 20%, if that. Then we'll watch a series of other fronts kind of make its way closer to us, and that will bring us some cooler air, but we're going to have to wait until next week to see that. Warm again today, mostly dry conditions, and a little bit cooler over the weekend, a little bit. So we'll watch for daytime high temperatures today to be well above average by about 5 to 7 degrees, and plenty of sunshine around thanks to this. This is our water vapor imagery, which shows you where the moisture is and where it's not. And here, the tan color is dry air aloft at mid and upper levels of the atmosphere. And that's what's going to really kind of put a limit on the number of storms that can possibly form across the state. Now, in the southern tip, there is a little bit more moisture around, and the futurecast will show a few of those scattered showers kind of developing and moving across the bottom part of the state. Some of them may make it as far north as our southern viewing area, but there won't be too much in the way of accumulation. These will be fast-moving showers. They'll exit out into Gulf waters, and maybe we'll see rainfall measured in the hundredths of an inch. Tropics look quiet. Taking a look at the convergence zone where a lot of these little tropical waves begin to get their infancy, there's just not much here to look at. Everything's quiet. And if we look in the Caribbean, the near Caribbean, the Gulf waters, and the Atlantic, there's just not a lot here either. This one little area of disturbed weather we were watching for a chance of development yesterday, but it didn't have time because of interaction with land. So that also not an issue, just going to bring some rainfall to parts of Mexico and Central America. Look for a north wind today, becoming more northwest with time. That'll bring you a light chop on Bay and inland waters. Beautiful, beautiful day for boating. We'll look for about a 10% chance of rainfall today. That's it. Tomorrow, I don't even think we'll see that. Daytime highs both days well above average, near 90. Then as we head into the weekend, another frontal boundary brings us a slight chance of rainfall and maybe lowers the temperatures a little bit starting on Sunday and Monday. And then a little area of low pressure will move across the state on Tuesday with about a 40% chance of showers. Our best rain chance of the next 7 days. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, John. Taking a look now at first alert traffic. We begin in Manatee County this morning. We're seeing a slowdown at the intersection of US 301 and State Road 70 in both directions. So take a little extra time if you're heading that way this morning. We head south into Sarasota County, I-75. At this point, things are running smoothly. A few delays on Clark Road, Fruitville Road, and Bee Ridge Road, but nothing serious at this hour. And as we head even further south into South County, it's all clear for the most part there. It's 6:45 on your Wednesday morning.
Now some breaking news now out of North Carolina, where a state trooper was killed this morning after a shooting. State Highway Patrol says the trooper was shot during a routine traffic stop and later died at a local hospital. Police arrested a suspect in the woods. Well, the latest on the stories that develops throughout the day right here on ABC7 and mysuncoast.com as well.
In Health Smart, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention say the flu shot significantly reduces a pregnant woman's chance of being hospitalized for a flu-related illness.
The CDC says flu season overlaps with about 80% of pregnancies. They say the vaccine proved to be equally protective for pregnant women during all 3 trimesters, even with underlying medical issues like asthma or diabetes. About 80,000 Americans died of the flu and complications last winter, making it the deadliest season in more than 40 years.
And here on the Suncoast, a life-saving medication is coming to Sarasota County schools. The school board gave the green light on Tuesday to a $7,500 grant from the Florida Department of Health that will bring the nasal mister form of naloxone to the school district. Naloxone is a medication designed to rapidly reverse an opioid overdose. School board members say that although there isn't a problem with overdoses in the school district, there has been a 200% increase in opioid overdose deaths in the state of Florida since 2000.
It gives us another tool in our toolbox. It gives us another resource that our officers can use. Our officers are a great police force, and I think this just gives them and enables them to do an even better job.
I hope we never use this medicine, have a need for it, but if we do have the need, we'll be able to hopefully save someone's life by having this tool available to our officers.
The Sarasota County Schools Police Chief says once they receive the naloxone shipment, all of the officers in the school district will be trained on how to use it properly. In entertainment news, Charlize Theron is speaking out about the Me Too movement, and one of the stars of The Handmaid's Tale gives birth to a baby boy.
Jason Nathanson has our showbiz wrap.
There's still work to be done a year after #MeToo, says actress Charlize Theron. She's one of the honorees this week at the Elle Women in Hollywood Gala.
We have to have legislation change to protect us. That needs to happen. There is a real momentum behind this movement, and so I think that gives me real hope that this is the moment.
Monday was the one-year anniversary of the #MeToo movement going viral on Twitter in the wake of the Harvey Weinstein scandal. If you caught the premiere of the new Nathan Fillion cop drama The Rookie last night, you may have noticed a lot of awkward running from Fillion, and he and star Afton Williamson told me that was all him, no stunt doubles.
Yeah, well, the awkward I brought myself. That wasn't really scripted, but thanks for noticing, Jason.
I did.
Awkward. We're one of the...
Well, you get stuck in a fence.
I have a lot I entertain them with my runs.
You tired, Officer Nolan?
No, ma'am.
Good, because we got 8 hours left on our shift.
The Rookie airs Tuesday nights on ABC. Congrats to The Handmaid's Tale star Yvonne Strahovski. She just gave birth to her first child, a baby boy, sharing a sweet picture on Instagram and revealing her heart has already melted into 1 billion pieces 1,000 times. Birthdays today, chart-topping rapper Eminem turns 46, while Oscar nominee and Rogue One, a Star Wars story star, Felicity Jones is 36. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Sir Richard Branson now has his own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He was honored in the music recording category because he created Virgin Records and signed stars like the Sex Pistols, the Rolling Stones, Janet Jackson, and Phil Collins. He's also the founder, of course, of Virgin Airlines. 68 years old, from London, worth $5 billion. And he also owns Necker Island in the Caribbean. And I happen to know every year they've got an annual tennis tournament there called the Necker Cup, where some of the biggest names in the tennis world all come to his island, and people pay $100,000 to be there.
Leave it to you to know the tennis facts.
I wanted to go there. Do you need a host? 6:49 right now. We'll have the day's top 7 headlines after this.
But first, you're looking live at the sky this morning right outside of our station as the sun begins to rise. Stay with us. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast.
Like no other. So why should your choices be ordinary? Ghibli, the absolute opposite of ordinary.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati, Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Our nurse, Jennifer, all we did is pick up the phone if I was having a bad day, and the next thing we know, she was here at the door. I can't believe that I would have received any greater care anywhere. From that moment on, everything changed dramatically. And I don't know what we would have done without that.
A decade of war has taken an unprecedented toll on our men and women in uniform.
Hundreds of thousands of our veterans are suffering from the trauma of war.
At Justice for Vets, we believe that every veteran should have the opportunity for treatment and restoration.
Get involved and go to justiceforvets.org.
Help put treatment within reach of veterans in crisis.
Veterans fought for our freedom. Now it's our turn to fight for theirs.
So I kind of grew up all across the country. I come from 5 generations of military men. My dad is still active duty. My grandpa is retired Marines. I like going for runs with my dog. I love, taking her out to the dog beach over in Venice. There are so many things here to do on the Suncoast. My goal every day when I come into work at ABC7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you.
Investigate TV tackles the tough topics.
What happened to my life was awful.
When your health is compromised, we investigate.
They are really drug dealers in white coats.
Corporate greed exposed.
How do you trust them to run this program?
The powerful held accountable with in-depth journalism led by award-winning journalist Lee Zurich. We're your watchdog. Search Investigate TV on your Roku device. Download it now.
Florida's coral reefs are declining. Bad news for our oceans and marine life. Fortunately, you can help, and you don't have to dive, you just have to drive. When you purchase Moat's Protect Our Reefs license plate, $25 goes directly to Moat Marine Laboratory, whose research, restoration, and conservation programs are helping this precious natural resource thrive once again. So get your Moat Protect Our Reefs license plate today. You just might hold the key to saving Florida's reefs.
Serving part-time as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment to get an edge in the civilian world. Learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you at NationalGuard.com.
Welcome back. Here are the top 7 things you need to know before you head out the door at 7 o'clock.
Number 1 is John Scalzi's forecast. Good, sir?
Yeah, it's looking pretty good for us today. We'll have warm temperatures, but not much in the way of a rainfall chance. So the kids going to school, coming home from school, commuters all have an easy time of it today. Mostly sunny skies, 5 to 8 degrees above average normal high temperatures, and very small rain chances. Might be some cooler air coming our way, though, but you'll have to wait till the weekend. Back to you.
All right, number 2, checking traffic right now. Some buildup on 301 as you approach State Road 70, the northbound lane. Otherwise, the usual delays around the bridges from Palmetto into downtown Bradenton. Otherwise, Free and clear across the Suncoast at 6:53 this morning.
Number 3, the search continues today for the Sarasota man accused of killing another man last week. Sarasota County deputies are searching for Daniel Davenport, who's been named a suspect in the death of Sergio Hostins. Hostins' remains were found on a work site in Naples.
Number 4, a judge has denied a request by some concerned Siesta Key residents to block a major dredging project of Big Pass. The city of Sarasota and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers wants to scoop tons of sand from that area between Siesta and Lido Key and return it to Lido Key Beach, which has lost many feet of sand in recent years.
Number 5, after no one had the lucky numbers in last night's Mega Millions drawing, the jackpot is now up to a record of at least $868 million. The next drawing is Friday night.
Number 6, we should find out today if Hurricane Michael helped dissipate red tide here on the Suncoast. Mote marine scientists submitted water samples to the state, which will release results sometime today.
Finally, number 7, what's trending? Check out this cyclist trying to ride a wheelie across America. Kurt Osborne started his 2,900-mile journey on just one wheel in Santa Monica and hopes to finish in 45 days. Osborne will be encased in a square plexiglass trailer with no bottom to protect him, so wind, rainy weather, and potholes are also factors. Osborne hopes his feat will inspire young people to put down their phones and make fitness a priority instead. Good luck.
Wow.
That's a creative way to inspire kids to put their phones down.
It is. I don't know if I could even come close to doing that.
I can't do
You're a bicycle rider, though.
I am, but I can't let go of the handlebars or anything. No wheelies.
I wouldn't have even been able to think of that idea, let alone do it.
I could do it as a kid, though. I could do it. Thanks for watching Good Morning Suncoast.
Stick around. Good Morning America is coming up next. Have a wonderful day.